Guys, come on, get your faces up. Come on, get your faces closer. All on the same plane. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
It's strange because the character of Jack is actually the most meaningful to me, which you
I think
wouldn't
for all of us.
Everybody.
I think for all of us.
I literally, I'm so checked out. I'm like, Jack. I played Jack.
We're really just all of us in service to the Jack character.
Yeah.
I've always said this, although I don't know, we've had this discussion, but I love television because I love being able to just be in a character for a long time, have no idea what's happening because the writers don't tell us. It's like, here's what happens today. Holy cow! I have a long lost brother, and I think or whatever. But I love that we have that. Plus, we go away for 11 years, and then we come back, and so there's so much that we've been talking about for the last few days about what that is, what that feels like to bring this character back in, put it back inside you. I adore it.
It really is a privilege because it's never happened before. You know, usually when you say goodbye to a character, you think, all right, that was my journey with the character. And we had 8 amazing years, you know, and we really did grow within that 8 years. But to come back 11 years later when we are all wiser and have lived 11 really, you know, good years. And so the characters have all of that. And it's
I feel like
really
I'm not
great.
that much wiser.
Well,
You got a little dopier.
I probably got the least wisdom
Yes.
of the 4.
But you're 187 years old and you have like vampire blood in you.
You
so.
look great.
Got the body of
Yeah,
an 80-year-old.
One of the creators of our show, Max Muchnick, always maintains that Karen is a bat, and she's like 3,000 years old, and at night she sleeps hanging upside
I
down
think
from
there's
a
some truth.
rafter.
I think there
It's
is.
probably true.
Was that a short enough answer?
That was a great.
Sure.
Because
We're just looking for
like,
11-minute
we've got
sound.
7 more minutes of that answer. I can't speak for the rest of the cast, but I like to really take out my anger by punching and kicking.
But I had it
For
coming.
the main-
In all fairness, I had it coming.
He totally deserved it.
And I'm better.
Every single time.
I think the hardest thing is being 11 years older and remembering your lines is not as easy as it used to be.
Yeah, right.
And I think, you know,
If we pull our little
For
scripts
me,
in drawers and things
yeah,
and hide them around the set.
that's like the when it gets tough is when it's show night and all of a sudden you're not feeling as secure about your lines. That gets a little stressful.
I got the stomach flu on the day of the Golden Globes, which prohibited me from going to the Golden Globes because the projectile vomiting is a stumbling block I found. And so I missed 2 days of work, and then I had to go in and shoot something on the 3rd day. And I really was still extremely sick. And it was a tap dance. Sean and I had to do a tap number. So that was probably not the greatest.
Yeah, she walked in, couldn't even
She
walk a
did it.
straight line.
I
She's
was
falling over.
literally,
And they're like, action. She's like,
not only was it a tap dance, it was a tap dance on a table. We were standing on a table.
yeah.
So that was tricky.
I think what the people forget that we rehearsed this. So through the week, we are laughing our ass off at each other, with each other, in spite of each other. So when we get to show night, usually there's a kind of world wearyness with each other's
I think
material.
so far this season, and it's been consistent every time she's been on the show, Molly Shannon, I mean, I cannot do a scene with her without, I mean, I can do certain scenes, but there was this scene we did with her in an elevator where we, Jack and Karen are in a car, and we hit her with the car, and she flies onto the windshield of the car, and she's like, "Hi guys," and then we're in the elevator with her, and she's like, "Ow," ooh, but it gets very sexual, and she goes so deep. It was not. I mean, it was impossible.
There's things that we did together in season 5. I think of that big argument.
Yeah.
Grace and Will have this big argument that really had very few laughs in it, and it shocked the audience. But that wouldn't have made any difference at the end of season 1 or the top of season 2. That it was just the longevity of being together and trusting the writers and the experience that was a powder keg for something great.
Well, and for the character of Karen, losing Rosaria, of course, was the biggest thing that's happened for my character in the entire, 200 plus episodes that we've shot total. And also just the fact that the actress Shelley Morrison, who played Rosario, wasn't going to be coming back to the show. She's retired. And then they wrote that beautiful episode. So that was a big one for me.
I think as an actor, the grind, the wonderful, grateful grind that you have to do a new show every single week, I think that's part of the challenge for me, is to keep that up and the energy and trying to find new things for over 200 episodes now that will surprise the audience and hopefully surprise yourself and surprise them as well, as friends that we work together. And we always try to find that within scenes, is like, I've never done this, or, that's kind of the challenge too of playing a character for so long in the same show.
And yet the continuity, you want surprise, but you occasionally find yourself at episode 190 going, guys, I know this sounds like I'm being an asshole, but really in episode 10, I wouldn't. This is not the same. This is not the same person, and you're in charge of that. You're in charge of your own integrity, and I love that part of it. I just love that you're protecting, because somebody out there, more than one somebody, is watching, going, Grace would never do that.
Yes.
So you're looking out for that person's investment in the show.
And also after 200 episodes, there have been times where we've done a reading of a script and we were like, isn't this a little like season 5, that episode when this happened? That just the dynamic of this dating or whatever, is it too similar? Which is a privilege and a luxury to have done so many episodes that you would actually have something that is similar.
And it is amazing how the hardcore fans, you can't get anything past them.
True.
I mean, they'll catch every little thing.
BAFTA, right back at you. BAFTA to you too.
We'll be right back. Back to this.
We'll be right BAFTA.
We'll be back after this.